Highwire Moon by Susan Straight is a work of realistic fiction that tells the story of Serafina, a Mexican Indian woman who crosses the US-Mexico border illegally in search of work to support herself and her daughter, Elvia. The narrative follows both Serafina and Elvia, who is left behind in America, as they search for each other across the barren borderlands of Southern California. The novel begins with Serafina's dangerous journey across the increasingly contested border, driven by limited opportunities in her home country. After her arrival in California, she quickly secures a job at a linen company, but her hopes are dashed when the company is targeted by ICE. Fortunately, Serafina is rescued by Larry, a kind-hearted but troubled truck driver who saves her from immediate deportation. Larry offers her refuge, and the two eventually form a romantic relationship, leading to the birth of their daughter, Elvia. For the first 3 years of Elvia's life, Serafina and Larry live together in relative chaos. Though Larry is well-meaning, he is an alcoholic and often disappears on drinking binges. He also shows little respect for Serafina's native customs and language, often mocking her for her inability to speak English and belittling her rural background. After enduring his cruelty, Serafina decides to leave Larry for the sake of her daughter. When Larry is absent one day, she takes his car to go to a church and pray for guidance. However, the car malfunctions and she accidentally crashes it into a ditch. The police arrive, and without being able to communicate that Elvia is in the back seat, Serafina is deported, leaving her daughter behind. The story then jumps forward 12 years, introducing Elvia as a spirited, resilient 15-year-old. Having spent her childhood bouncing between foster homes, Elvia faces the challenges of growing up amidst drugs, violence, and financial instability. Elvia is left to navigate life on her own until Larry, who has been absent since Serafina's deportation, returns to claim her as his own. However, despite his intentions, Larry has not changed much over the years. Though he hopes to offer Elvia a safer and more stable home, his ongoing struggles with alcoholism and unresolved issues from his past make it difficult for both of them to move forward. The heart of the story unfolds when Elvia, now pregnant, decides to search for her mother. Inspired by the memory of her young mother's own journey to America while pregnant, Elvia begins to believe that the woman she thought had abandoned her might still be out there. At the same time, Serafina, living in Mexico, longs to reunite with Elvia. The narrative weaves together the separate journeys of mother and daughter as they both cross the border to find each other, confronting their personal demons, guilt, and fears about the separation that has kept them apart for so long. Along her journey, Elvia encounters migrant worker camps and the slums of Tijuana, bearing witness to the harsh realities of life that her mother once fled. The violence, desperation, and poverty she observes help Elvia understand her mother's past and deepen her comprehension of her own history. Susan Straight, a prolific author of novels, short stories, essays, and children's books, often explores themes of race and racial conflict, particularly between Black and Hispanic communities in America. Her most recent works include Between Heaven and Here and Take One Candle Light a Room, and her writing has earned recognition in Best American Short Stories 2003 and the O. Henry Prize for Short Stories 2007. A recipient of multiple awards, including the Lannan Literary Award and the 2013 Los Angeles Times Book Prize, Straight's Highwire Moon was nominated for the National Book Award for Fiction in 2001. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.